Politics in South Africa is one of the most profitable industry ever because that's where money is made and spent. The ANC has proven that our government has a lot of money to play around for nothing. Well, in today's video, we will break down all the facts with supporting evidence on the list of ANC millionaires and billionaires. This includes all their car collections and the houses that they own, together with businesses that they have. We will also review all members of the ANC who benefited in the government corruption and abuse of state funds. If you want to find out more about the top 10 richest ANC beneficiaries and their corrupt tactics, please make sure to watch this video until the end. Starting from number 10. We have Julius Malema, the former ANC Youth League member, who is now the EFF president of his own political party. In year 2012, Malema was charged with fraud, money laundering and racketeering. After numerous postponements, the case was dismissed by the courts due to report delays by the National Prosecuting Authority. The other corrupt fraud is SARS' submission of his tax returns that he failed to comply and do. This led Julius Malema properties being taken away from him to settle his amounts.
If the SARS application succeeds, all Malema's properties will be placed under curatorship and be auctioned off to cover his debts. That includes a house, farm and small holding in Polokwane and this mansion, which is still under construction, in Sandton. Papers submitted to the High Court show how Malema provided conflicting explanations for his financial affairs.
He managed to secure majority of the budget allocated for youth development projects, to buy farms and his luxurious houses. Today, he is a farmer and property developer. On top of that, he is an investor in various companies across South Africa. Well, for your information, Julius Malema is currently worth a total of $3 million this year. According to Briefly News website, his net worth is equivalent to over 55 million rands in today's exchange currency. Going to number 9. We got Paul Mashatile, who's a senior member of the African National Congress. The man is also a deputy president of South Africa. Paul Mashatile had allegations of corruption leveled against him, which span almost 2 decades. This includes an intricate web of nepotism and family patronage, of which Mashatile is allegedly the ultimate beneficiary. The most recent scandal being the purchase of a Constantia mansion by Mashatile's son-in-law, Nonkwelo. The mansion cost is 28.9 million rands. That's bought by his company that allegedly still owes the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements 7 million rands for a failed Alexandria housing project. Paul benefited in many illegal government contracts that led him into a good financial position in politics. Majority of his money comes from investments, as he is a shareholder and stakeholders in many companies that get tenders from government. For those who didn't know, Paul Mashatile is currently worth a whopping $5 million this year, according to the City Celeb website. His net worth is equivalent to 92.5 million rands, which is very low for a deputy president. Sliding to number 8. We have Thabo Mbeki, who is the former president of South Africa back in the years from 1999 to year 2008. The South African economy was very much fair, and the cost of living was cheap back then, when compared to this year. The man has few scandals on his political career from his side. This includes the cases of arms dealing allegation and other small accusations. He gained business traction through his presidency while he was in office to get opportunities to open companies outside South Africa. Thabo Mbeki is also an industrialist who owns many metal and steel factories across Africa. On top of that, he is one of the shareholders of First National Bank, which is one of the largest successful banks in Africa. Plus, Mbeki and his wife, Zanele Mbeki, they also invested in Direct Access Company, which deals with loans and insurances. Well, for your information, Thabo Mbeki is currently worth $11 million this year. Worth in South African currency is 203.5 million rands. We have Duduzane Zuma, who is the son of the former president Jacob Zuma, which he has a twin sister, Duduzile Zuma. The man has a lot of corruption allegation on him regarding money. The police sources are saying that Duduzane Zuma played a role in trying to bribe the former Deputy Finance Minister, Mr. Mcabezi Jonas, on October 2015, with the help of none other than the notorious Gupta family. He has many related fraud cases, including misusing public funds for personal use of his businesses with the Gupta family. Duduzana took the state money and opened multi-million-dollar businesses in Dubai that made him so rich today. The man owns various residential properties in Dubai, including Airbnbs in the city. In case you didn't know, Duduzane is currently worth a whopping $15 million this year, according to Briefly News website. His net worth is equivalent to 277.5 million rands, and that's a lot of money in today's currency. Going number 6. We got Ace Magashule is a South African politician and former anti-apartheid activist who served as the Secretary General of the African National Congress. He was also the Premier of the Free State, one of South Africa's 9 provinces, from 2009 until 2018. On the 10th of November 2020, the Hawks issued a warrant for Magashule's arrest on 21 charges of corruption, theft, fraud and money laundering. The man was charged on relation to a 255 million rand contract, which the Free State Department of Human Settlements awarded to Blackhead Consulting in 2014. Ace Magashule was Premier for the auditing and removal of asbestos from homes in the province. His corruption and fraud led him being expelled from the ANC Good. The man owns various farmers in Free State, and the land in that province is very cheap. Many people in Free State are farmers. This happened while he was still a premier of the Free State province under the ANC leadership. Well, for your information, Ace Magashule has an estimated net worth of $10 million to $16 million this year. His net worth is equivalent to 296 million rands in South African currency, and that's a massive number right there. Moving to number 5. We got Jacob Zuma, who is one of the most influential politicians. They call him the King of Corruption in South Africa. Zuma is the former president of South Africa from years 2008 up to 2018, when he was removed as a president in a form of resigning. This man had made his fortune from his shady ways, of course, when he introduced his group called the Guptas to South Africa, and they scammed the entire government. Well, Zuma got a perfect opportunity to make a lot of money from this Indian family by doing backdoor contractors and other corruption, including stealing state money and resources. The Zuma family benefited from this operation and opened a lot of businesses across South Africa, with public funds on their personal gain. Zuma owns various farms in KwaZulu-Natal and has invested in many agricultural developments. On top of that, he also owns properties in Dubai that he got through his connections. Plus, he has shares in the oil industry of the Russian refinery, which was a smart move he done after signing with BRICS. Well, for those who didn't know, Jacob Zuma is currently worth around $20 million this year. Zuma is worth somewhere around 370 million rands in total. To number 4. We got Saki Makazoma, who is a prominent South African businessman with a diversified portfolio, particularly in leadership roles and investments. He was a previous member of the ANC during the years of Nelson Mandela in the early 2000s. Although his businesses are not as widely publicized as some of his counterparts, he is known for being involved in several key industries and ventures. Saki is the former CEO of Toyota South Africa. He played an integral role in the success and growth of the company, overseeing its expansion and impact in the South African automotive industry. The man has many investment holdings, particularly those aimed at empowering Black South Africans in business. Plus, Saki Makazoma has been part of African Bank, one of South Africa's leading financial institutions. His involvement in banking and financial services further solidified his standing in the business world. Saki Makazoma's business interests may not always be front-page news. In case you didn't know, Saki Makazoma is currently worth a whopping $125 million this year, according to Billionaires Africa website. His net worth is equivalent to more than 2.2 billion rands, which is a lot of cash he has made. Moving to number 3. We have Tokyo Savale, who is the former Minister of Human Settlement from 2009 to 2013, under the leadership of the ANC government. Without any doubt, this man is one of the prominent ANC member who has interest in businesses. Tokyo is also one of the richest people in South Africa as we speak right now. He has made his fortune from heavy industries such as oil and gas. You may be thinking of Aliko Dangote type of gang. He also owns several diamond mines across Africa, including countries like Namibia and Botswana, out there in Africa. The man doesn't brag about his lifestyle and how he spends his millions. He honestly prefers to keep his life private and secret from the media and the public. Well, for your information, Tokyo Sewale is currently worth $200 million this year, according to Business Insider website. His net worth in South African currency is 3.7 billion rands, which is not a surprise for a rich man like him who owns mines and other oil industries. Sliding to number 2. We got Cyril Ramaphosa, who is the current president of South Africa. He has been involved in various businesses throughout his career, before and during his presidency. He has built substantial wealth through investments in multiple sectors. The man has been accused of ordering police to kill mine workers in Marikana, and many people lost their lives. The other corruption is him hiding money under the mattress, which was so unprofessional for the whole president to do that. Cyril Ramaphosa owns Shanduka Group, which is an investment holding company that was founded in 2001. It became a major player in South Africa's corporate landscape, involved in industries such as mining, energy, banking, and real estate. Plus, he has shares in McDonald's South Africa through his Shanduka Group. Plus, Ramaphosa acquired the rights to the McDonald's franchise in South Africa. This move positioned him as one of the key figures behind the fast food giant's expansion in the country. He was also involved in the broader mining sector in South Africa, investing in various other mining-related companies. Well, for those who didn't know, Cyril Ramaphosa is currently worth $450 million this year, according is equivalent to 8.3 billion rands, and that's a lot of wealth that made him the richest politician in South Africa. Personally, Ramaphosa is one of the most selfish politicians in the African history. Lastly, at number 1, we have Patrice Motsepe, who is the richest black person in South Africa since 2008. The man has been the biggest beneficiary of the ANC government since the early 2000s during times of Mandela and Thabo Mbeki. The man is an entrepreneur who owns various businesses in South Africa that made him so wealthy through ANC. Patrice owns a mining company called the African Rainbow Minerals, which is one of the most profitable businesses in Africa. The second company he owns is Ubuntu Botho Investments, is a diversified investment holding company owned by Patrice Motsepe and his family. The third company he owns with his partners is Time Bank, and that's one of the small growing financial corporation. The fourth business he has is Rain Internet Services, which is arguably the worst Wi-Fi company service because it has unreliable connection and internet speed. The fifth company is Drakensberg Investments, is involved in various real estate projects and infrastructure development. The business. It is one of the investments Motsepe has made in the property sector, focusing on commercial and residential properties. Patrice is also known for his philanthropic work, together with his Motsepe Foundation, which is one of South Africa's largest charitable organizations. Well, for your information, Patrice Motsepe is currently worth $3 billion this year, according to Forbes magazine website. His net worth is 55.5 billion rands in South African currency,